Come on in my coop. Welcome, 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 welcome. This is not my normal day for uploading a video. Generally, my videos go up on Friday evening weekly, but I couldn't not come on and express gratitude. Absolute gratitude for the hundreds of you that have come here in the last few days. This is, and I said, I just got to come on, express gratitude. First of all, you can see, I'm verklempt. I had to come on and express gratitude, first of all, and then pretty much introduce myself. So you are here at Coop, where I believe that fashion has no expiration date and it doesn't require full price. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me gather myself. Another thing, on this channel, we are very real. We are just ourselves. At this time of life, for those of us who are here, who are seasoned, there's no more pretense. There's no more pushing ourselves down. There's no more being bigger than we are. There's no being smaller than we are. Because we just, if you've gotten to this age, you've been through a few things. But that's not what we're here to talk about, or maybe we are. But welcome. Come on in my coop. As I said, hundreds of you have come here over the last few days, and you have come here because of one beautiful, extraordinary woman, and that is Miss Deborah Berry. Miss Deborah Berry, you are changing my life. Thank you. Thank you. You had already changed my life just by being who you are and being who you are and whose you are. You had already changed my life. Just from coming through the screen and me drinking from your wisdom and your knowledge and your beautiful fashion and your beautiful spirit. And y'all are her followers, so you know what I speak is true. You had done all of that for me already. Let me just tell you the story. So I'm watching her channel as I normally do. And she says this.
I do want to, before I go into this week's video, I want to give a shout out to a new subscriber. I think she's new. Well, anyway, she commented on my video, what I talked about last week about if you're doing YouTube, you stop, you start, you do this again, you start again, to just keep going if that's what you want to do. And I want to give a shout out, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Villa Cherie. She wrote me a comment. I'm going to share what she wrote to me, ladies, because it was just so cool. Because, I was talking about that. I got to pull it up on my phone here. Come on, phone. She says, "Thank you so much for your encouragement. I have jumped in and out of YouTube several times, but I finally found my groove doing something I love as you suggest. Thank you for your godly influence." Was that the sweetest thing? That was so nice, Villa. Thank you. You make me feel good. I'm so happy. So I said, let me look up Villa. So I looked up her page. It was just wonderful. It's for the women, the older women over 50, fashion. I screenshot her page for you. And I will list it below. I want you guys to check her out. I can't wait to binge watch some of her videos. I just saw this morning, so I haven't had a chance to really go there, but I did go immediately and subscribe. So do that, and that way you'll get her videos, ladies. I want you to subscribe to this. And it's welcome. It's Fashion Finds and welcome to my coop. And she talks about the word coop, how when she was little, and I hope I don't misquote her anything, but she was saying her grandmother used to say, "Oh, come on, welcome to my coop. This is my chicken coop." So she played on that and put that in her YouTube It's a title thing, and I thought that was so cool. That's right, this is my coop. You know, we go chicken coops, and it's our place that we is my coop. Come on into my coop, check out my coop. And she shops on there, and it's about traveling. She does traveling, and she says, I love this phrase. I wrote it down. I thought it was so cool. We're not trying to dress younger. We're dressing well. Ladies, hello. We're not trying to dress younger. We're dressing well. I love that. I really, really love that. We want to dress well. Doesn't matter whatever. We want to dress well. Oh, Villa, I love that. I love that so much. And it says she loves great clothes, the thrill of the hunt, and looking fabulous without always paying full price. And you know, that's, we always want to sell over here at this channel, right? So, Villa, I don't hope I'm not messing up your name, but anyway, welcome to the coop. Welcome to my coop. And I am so thrilled and honored that you take time to watch me, and I am thrilled and honored that I am going to be a part of I want to come into your coop each week. So I got a lot of catching up to do. I'm going to catch up on your videos, so I'll be watching. And guys, remember, check her out. I think we need to give her our support, because you guys are so loyal, and I know you're going to love her. She's beautiful. She has this beautiful white hair, the hair that I want. It's thick and white and gorgeous, you know. So that's, hi Villa, thank you. Oh.
I'm dying. So as soon as I saw that, I burst into tears. I couldn't believe she was calling me out, that in a good way, of course. And not only did she talk about me for 3 or 4 minutes, but then she mentioned me 2 more times. Ma'am, I left a comment on your channel, and I think I have before in the past. You know, years go by, you know, time goes by as it does. And I left a comment, and I didn't expect, I know she reads the comments, and I always hope my comments reach her, but I didn't know that she was going to put it up on her channel and put up my channel. I wasn't expecting any of that. It was just from the depths of my heart. And I just appreciate you and love you and have enjoyed you for many, many years. And thank you. Because let me tell y'all, I got, you know, 1, maybe 2 subscribers over the course of, you know, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. As of the recording of this video, over the last few days, it's been over 300 of you that have subscribed, and thousands of you that have watched my videos. And I'm just, you know, y'all come here in my coop, and we chit chat in the bedroom, and we put on clothes, and we get dressed for the day and do the things. But, you know, it was 25 views and 35 views and 40 views. And then I woke up this morning. And Angela Mashelle left a comment on the video. Roll me up. Roll me up. I am done. I have lived with my 2,200 subscribers. Roll me up. I have lived. I have done YouTube. Y'all have made my life. I'm just so grateful that, you know, to even be recognized in this way. So I just thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So since you're here, let me introduce myself. I am Viola Cherie. And Viola Cherie is an interesting name. It comes from 2 very, very important women in my life. My grandmother, who was Viola, and my mother, who is Sheridan. they named me Viola Cherie. And the part that's so interesting, my mother, comes from a family of, there's 7 in their family. So she had 6 other siblings. And my mother's the youngest of 7. And at the time, I was the youngest grandchild. 2 came after me from one of her older siblings. But my mother, at the time, had another name in mind for me. And the story goes, my grandmother said, none of these grandchildren are named after me. When is one going to be named after me? And so, yeah, here we are. And there were times where she even said to my mother, well, what was wrong with the O? Because her name was Viola and my name is Viola Cherie. So that's where the name comes from. Coop. Coop, my family is very important to me and has been very seminal in my life. But the name Coop came from my grandmother. When you would come to her house in Macon, Georgia, she would open up the screen door. I can see her now. She would have her arm on the screen door as you're walking up the stairs, and she has the door open, and she would say, come on in my coop. This ain't nothing but an old chicken coop. And that was her way, I think, of lowering the barrier to entry and really having people to be comfortable in her home and in her space. And she was just that, the consummate hostess. She was the mother of 6 girls and 1 son. And let me tell you, I come from a line, my mother and her sisters, I come from a line of fashionable women who cared about what they looked like every time they stepped out of the house. Only living now is my mother and my auntie Joyce, the one sister that's above her. All of them have, passed on. But they made such a mark in my life about, the woman that I am, and my fashion and how I style myself and how I present myself to the world, and even in my career and who I am. So just skipping around a little bit. So why thrifted fashion? Why thrifted fashion? So I have always been a thrifter since I was in high school back in the early 90s. I can remember, I grew up in Oakland, California. I live in the DMV now, in the Washington, D.C. area, but I grew up in Oakland, California. And at that time, this is before all of the .coms and what the Bay Area has become today. But at that time, we would go to Berkeley, I'm from East Bay. So we would go to Berkeley and go to the thrift shops and buy all of the things. And I can remember as a teenager buying a Coach bag, and it wasn't a Coach bag that was currently out at that time, but it was one that was from the 70s. And it was brown. I wish I had it still today. But it was brown leather, and I bought it because it sang to me. It didn't even have any branding on it, and I didn't even recognize what it was. And it was one of my mother's best friends who said, hey, that's a Coach bag, and recognized the bag. And I carried that bag all through high school and all through college. And so my thrifting journey really started then. But I think that it really picked back up here in the last few years. So how that happened, y'all, this is Coop. We get in the bedroom and we chit chat. So how it started was let me see, this is 2026. So when did I have, 3 years ago, I had weight loss surgery. So I had VSG. I was over 300 pounds. And over the course of that time, I've lost around 160 pounds. And so a little bit more than 160, maybe 165-ish now. And I had to have clothes all along the way. And thrifting was one of the ways, I bought some things, of course, but thrifting was one of the ways that I really began to exercise, buying clothes along the way in the different sizes as my body was changing, and it's still changing. And that was just something that became a huge passion of mine. I enjoy the thrill of the hunt. I enjoy finding nice things, in the thrift store. Finding a discovery like, who gave this up? A silk dress? A Brooks Brothers blazer? A rag and bone pants? What else have I found? I mean, I have just found wonderful, wonderful things in the thrift store. And I realized, it doesn't require full price to have beautiful clothing. And so that's why thrifting. Okay, so YouTube for me. Let's talk a little bit about my YouTube journey. So I looked back at what my first YouTube video was, and it's hidden now. But my very first YouTube video I posted 19 years ago. 19 years ago. Imagine if I had stayed focused. But again, God said it wasn't my time. But I have jumped in and out of YouTube multiple times. Back then, I think we were doing makeup videos. So that was it. We were doing. That was the time of the beauty era. And then I got into really doing cooking videos because I'm an avid cook, and I host and I do these big parties. That's kind of also my thing. And then what else? Then I came back and I was doing more lifestyle and home. So it included, Coop fit then as well. It was lifestyle and home. And it also included travel because I'm a world traveler as well. So all of that stuff kind of, I just felt this medium and this platform, it just continued to call me back again and again. It's just something was just calling me back. And now I think that I feel more permanent and more settled here in this space. And I think it's a few things. It's my age. When you get over 50, you're in your fun era. You don't do anything you don't want to do anymore. And you're in your era of having fun. And so now I'm just having so much fun. And I enjoy showing what I'm wearing and sharing my thrifting finds and all of the things with you. And so I'm having a blast. So that's a big part about my demeanor as well. So one of the comments that Miss Deborah made on my video is she said, "You're just so full of joy." And there's a reason for that. One, people of faith, y'all know. So that's one reason. But the other reason, y'all, I am a 2-time cancer survivor. I have made it further than both my father and my grandfather made it in this life. And I'm just grateful. I'm just in my fun, gratitude, joyful era. There's nothing that anybody can take from me or steal from me. I can't do anything but remain joyful. And so this is just that time of life. And so I hope you will experience that and join me. So a few more things about me. I'm married. I am a mom of an angel son. I lost a son in his infancy. He would be 24 now if he were living. What else? Oh, I am a C-level executive in the nonprofit space. Love that. I love helping others. That's a big part of why I've done a lot of world travel. I've worked primarily in faith-based INGOs and helping those in vulnerable communities. So love my work. And I have a hectic schedule as an executive, I kind of allude to a lot of times in my videos. And so that's why making these types of videos work for me. I'm gonna get dressed every day. So I might as well show you what I'm wearing. And so I'm able to do that and piece those things together and share them with you. And so the reason I wanted to come on is because in my videos, I'm about 6 weeks, I think, behind. I don't know what you're seeing now in videos that are coming out on Fridays are 6 weeks ago is what I'm trying to say. And so I didn't want this time to pass without coming on and saying, I recognize you all have come here. Thank you Thank you for coming here and thanking Deborah Berry. What else did I want to share? I can't think of anything else, and I really don't want to make this long. I just wanted to say thank you. I wanted to share a piece of who I am and introduce myself to you since so many new people came. Thank you. And if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I hope that you find something here that you like and that you enjoy. Let's talk about these clothes. Also, I hope that I encourage someone to get out there into your thrift store. Some people don't like the hunt. Some people don't like to be hunting and looking for stuff. But I hope that I can encourage you to give it a try in your city, in your town, or even if you're traveling. All right, so thank you so much for watching. And as I always say, I'll see you on the next outfit. Bye-bye.